Hello, everyone. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. I am Andrea C. Scott, and I am the founder and CEO of A.M.A.Z.E.D Educational Services. I'm so glad you had a chance to join us today. So I just encourage you. I hope that you still have your zeal. Remember, I hope you're making those impactful moves that will affect the rest of your year. So I wanted to just dive on in today, just for the sake of time. And I'm just so excited. This is the last quarter of the year. So we're going to go ahead and start this three-part series that's titled End the Year Strong. You will be amazed. Now, remember, A.M.A.Z.E.D is an acronym. So I just wanted to do a brief recap, just a brief one, for those of you who are just joining us. Just want to do a brief recap and a refresher for those of you who have been following us all year long. So be amazed. The A stands for activate or actuate your vision so it'll become a reality. M is to maintain. That means to continue to apply strategies that you've learned that work for you. So important. A is for action. Take action. Z is for be zealous. E is for educate yourself. And D is for don't give up. We will continue just working through. Know that I'm compartmentalizing it just so you can see the significance of the acronyms and the significance that they have as you are working out your action plan. So, as I mentioned before, this is the last quarter of the year. This is not the time to give up. This is a time to look at everything that you've done up to this point. And just as anything else, you hear me talk about a lot, just being intentional, maintaining that intentionality as you are coming to the end of this year. So I just wanted to give you just a reminder, a couple reminders for you to start off this series. So these may have been some that you've already heard before, but I thought they were valuable enough to just mention them again. And as I said, this is just a brief recap of keys to remember. To survey your support. Secondly, plan, prioritize, produce. Remember, it encompasses your personal mission and vision statement. This is a time, as you are ending this very last quarter, we're ending up. Oh, hello. Thank you for joining us. How are you? Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. Just wanted to just do a recap on the importance of ending this year strong and continuing the work that you've started. And in part of the work, meaning that you'll have to take a point, make that time, be intentional, and reflect on those things that you've already done up to this year. So the third one, just key things to remember. Scheduling your priorities, not your emergencies. Don't be afraid to face your obstacles. You know that you are a barrier buster. Be intentional about your self-care and your stress management, and make sure that you celebrate your success, that you're enjoying your journey. You're enjoying your journey. You're being consistent. These are just some reminders that I wanted to give you as we begin talking about ending this year strong. One of the key things of maintaining that momentum is being consistent and reflecting on those things that worked for you this year. Let me say that again. One of the key essential things that's so important to maintain your momentum is to reflect on those things that worked for you this last year and celebrate those successes. So it's so important, if you haven't had a chance to just celebrate yourself and all the hard work that you've done this year and those things that actually did work this year for you. This is an opportunity. I want to give you an opportunity to do that. Just want to pause for a minute and celebrate yourself. I know that sometimes, even as we go and dig into a year, even though we have our plan, sometimes our plan does not map out the way that we thought that it would map out. And that's okay. That's part of having that, seeing those setbacks as opportunities to learn, seeing those as opportunities for us to grow, seeing those as opportunities to see what's missing. Let me say that again. Yes. See what's missing. Sometimes things don't work, not because the plan isn't working, but there's something missing. Just want to give you this example, like an ingredient. If you cook, if you bake, if something's missing out of what you're cooking, it's not gonna taste right. It's not gonna look right. It might be all, if you're making a cake, be all lopsided. Didn't have enough baking soda. Those of you who cook and know all about that, didn't have enough baking powder. Something was missing. So this is an opportunity. We are ending this last quarter, we just don't put our hands up and say, hey, it's the last quarter, I'm just going to smooth sail. This is an opportunity for you to have reflection. Look at those things that worked, didn't work. I know we talked about a little bit this year about just like sometimes we have to abandon things or ideas because they may no longer fit where we are going. And how do you know something doesn't fit where you're going? You look back to your personal vision and mission statement. If you have not, this is a perfect opportunity to look at that personal vision and mission statement and say, you know what? I need to tweak this because this no longer applies. It's so important because your personal vision and mission statement is center to everything that you do. Let me say that again. Your personal vision and mission statement is center to everything that you do. So it's so important. It's so important that you realize that in the midst, as things adjust, you don't adjust your mission statement to fit your activities. You adjust the activities to fit your mission statement, and that might be where we're missing or where the obstacles are because things are out of alignment. So it's important, I encourage you to take this quarter, not just to close out, because it's a dual working. Those things that are working, continue working that. I want to encourage you, don't stop. Continue working those things. Continue working them. Look and see, like, if how do I need to refine them? Sometimes things don't need to be refined. Just keep it right where it is and keep moving on to the next. That next layer that'll build you, that next layer that'll grow you. That's called your foundation. When your foundation is good, who can I hear you say? When you have good foundation, that's where good things grow. Things can grow when your foundation is good. So we want to keep those things that are working and that are working well. We want to refine them and maintain those. That's where we're talking about those maintaining things. Now remember, I don't want you to give up. Don't be afraid to reset. You'll hear me say this so many times, and it's so true. There's so many opportunities for reset. It's unbelievable. So don't think that when you reset that you have to start all over again. Remember, your vision doesn't have to change because your calendar does. Just because you see January 1st, 2023 coming up doesn't mean you change your vision. You make adjustments to your action plans and see where your vision needs to continue. Because everything that you may have set your goals, that project, it may not all finish. You may not all complete that in 12 months. So know that your vision doesn't have to change because the calendar does. So know that whatever you're doing in this next year, and we'll continue to talk about just being amazed, and then probably that first half of 2023, and then we're going to launch out. I'm telling you, great things that are in store. I hope you stay connected because there are great things that are in store, and you'll be amazed at when you set things aside and you become intentional, the success that you see, that consistent success that you see, not just haphazardly happening, those of you who do know me, we don't want to do things, how you say, willy-nilly. We not about willy-nilly. We about being intentional and being purposeful with our support, with our partnerships. We are being intentional about how we manage and use our time. We're being intentional about knowing that your personal and vision mission statement, what you are working on, is investing in who you are. It's my hope that you're looking toward wanting to leave a legacy, not just talking about the legacy, but wanting to leave that legacy. And that legacy shows up in the works that you do, in the partnerships that you build, in the plans that you make. So we're not going to take anything for granted. That's why it's so important that you maintain your momentum and can constantly be in that mindset of just self-reflection. So I know that was a lot, but I wanted to just, make that clear that it's just so important, making sure that what we're doing, that it's relevant now. Because as you're changing, your vision may adjust because you see yourself differently. So it's my hope that as you're seeing yourself differently and you're becoming more familiar with who you are and what your purpose field to do, I'm telling you, you will be amazed to see those results that will come after that. And we're going to talk a little more about that as we continue this series. So the next thing I wanted to just kind of remind you of, like I said, this is just a brief recap and just some new free nuggets that you get it for free. Just to encourage you to know, as you are going toward the end of this quarter, we know that there are important things that need to be closed out depending on when you end your year. If those of you who are entrepreneurs that are business owners, depending on what the last day of your year is. But as you're looking towards closing out, it should be a dual working that should be coming together. Where as you're closing, you're planning and preparing for those things that will be essential for that next growth part and what you are aspiring to do, whether it's in your business, whether you're working on a project, whether you're doing a partnership, you're writing a book, whatever that next layer is, that dual working to close out, to see, okay, I'm closing this year out, continuing where I left off. Okay, you're not starting over unless you abandon an action plan. An action step, unless you abandon an action step and you're trying to see where will this fit in the midst. What is the relevancy? Don't be afraid. If it's no longer relevant, toss it. We're all about doing things that are meaningful. It's not just about busyness. It's about quality that's coming forth. It's about living that balanced life, going forth, uh, knowing that abundance leads to that balanced life leads to abundance. That's what we're about. We're not about just trying to be busy, just to say we're being busy. We're all about producing that quality life, and having those results that are long lasting, that you'll see, that others will see, that others will see what you're doing, and be motivated and be encouraged to start what they've been trying to pick up. So we got to remember that what you're doing, someone is waiting for you to start that dream, that goal, that plan, to watch it come into fruition. So it's not just about you. And I know you know that others are, you don't even realize how many people are watching, cheering you on, waiting to see the outcome of the work that you put your hands to. So I just wanted to encourage you with that. So, lastly, as you're being intentional, as you're closing out this year, I wanted you to just know that it's important to be intentional about your rest. That you're having rest for recreation, rest for regulation, or rest for restoration, because there are three different types of rest. So you be intentional and understand, be specific. So when you're doing that self-care and that self-management, know what you're asking for, know what you need. After you completed that project or completed that action step that took 6 or 8 months, what type of rest is it essential for you, for regulation or for restoration, to pour back in everything that you've given? Or is it just for recreation? I want to have fun. Don't worry about anything else. I just want to do it just for the enjoyment. Now, a lot of times, as I say, I'm talking about these to compartmentalize so you can see the significance of them all. Um, but they will all overlap. Sometimes what you're doing for recreation may give you rest. Rest will also restore you and regulate you cognitively, regulate you emotionally. We talk about our mental health and well-being, but there are those times, and these are just nuggets that I want you to consider as you're closing your year out, as you are looking towards 2023, to be intentional about when I incorporate rest. Not to just say, oh, this is rest, but to know this is my rest for regulation, this is my rest for restoration, this is just my rest for recreation, or all of the above. The more specific you are, the more you'll see how balanced you will become, how peaceful you are, even in the midst of you working out your goals and working out your plans. You'll know it and you'll see it for what it is. So I just wanted to wet your whistle a little bit today. I'm telling you, the sky is the limit. As I said, our calendar does not dictate your vision. Okay? So, don't lose your zeal. Don't give up. Continually to maintain and take action. Take this time in this last quarter. Be intentional. If you haven't already put it on your plan, if you put it on your daily plan for this quarter, begin planning for this new year. You don't want to wait till December. You don't want to wait till December 25th and say, "Ooh, I need to start planning for the next year." Let's start this year well. And as I've mentioned before, don't be afraid to pull in your support system. Your support system is there for a reason. If you need like a thought partner, someone to help you brainstorm, your support system is always there for you. If you are in those beginning stages, and I wanted to say this before we leave today, if you're still in those beginning stages and you don't have a thought partner, you don't have someone that you can brainstorm or just think through those next steps, or what does it look like um, to align. What does that mean when you're dual planning? How do I close and begin at the same time? Like if you're in need of those to have someone to just think through with you, please don't hesitate to reach out to me at any time. You can reach me at 720-427-8901, or email me at abceducationservices@gmail.com, and feel free to inbox me on any of the platforms that we have. We have Facebook, Instagram, we have Twitter, we have LinkedIn, we have Pinterest. I don't think there's an inbox for that though, so try to get some others going on. But we have a variety of platforms, so feel free to reach out to me. This is the perfect time to start considering. Now, not saying stop working, but come to a nice, good close on something that you know you want to continue for next year. And for those things, begin looking at those things to say, hey, as you're celebrating those things that have been working for this year, look at those things that you either you tabled, or you abandoned and said, no, I don't think I need to do them. Look at that list. If you have not created a list, this is a perfect time to do so. This will help in your planning and creating your map, your yearly map for next year. You have that list out and just start knocking things, knocking things out. So just some little tips, that help you. I'm telling you, I use what I give you, I use for myself as well. So no, don't be discouraged. Don't condemn yourself. If your list looks a little longer, like, wow, I was only able to do these 3 things this year. But if they worked well and you maintained them and they were integral to your personal mission and vision statement, kudos for you. Like, celebrate yourself because you did it and you did it well. And that will help build your foundation. Help build your foundation so you can continue to build other layers and continue to complete your work that you set out to do. So I look forward to you just continuing to connect with us, stay connected. No, this is a 3-part series. So stay connected. This is just the first part. Just want to do a recap and just give you some encouragement, some motivators, just some friendly reminders, just some little nuggets to help you start thinking about planning for next year, closing out, and the importance of incorporating your thought partners, your support system as you continue this wonderful work that you set out to do. I'm telling you, I believe in you. At any time, please share your testimony, share where you are. I'm telling you, what you're going through helps someone else as they are working in their different phases of either the entrepreneurship, like I said, in their projects, and just everyday life goals that we have to be a better you. That whole optimal wellness. So just know that we would love to hear from you on any platform. Share your stories, share your testimonies. We will have a platform just for that will be coming up next year. I'm telling you, get ready to go. We're excited about just all the wonderful things that are coming in store. We'd love to hear from you. If something was said today that encouraged you, that was informative, or if you know someone that would benefit from what you heard today, please share this so someone else can benefit. And if you have any ideas on how we can better be a support for you here at ABC Educational Services, I am open to hear all suggestions. So I just hope that you have a wonderful day with plenty to do. Don't forget your rest, whether it's for restoration, whether it's for recreation or regulation. Don't forget your rest in the midst of everything that you're doing. And I look forward to you, for us all just connecting together soon for part 2. Stay tuned. We're going to dig a little deeper into just ending this year strong, having some essentials on knowing how to be empowered, starting your year off empowered, not getting ready to be, but empowered and ready to go, ready to continue the amazing things that you're doing and that you have in store. So the world is anxiously awaiting to see that goal, to see that plan, to see that project come to pass. It's not impossible. We believe in you. There's nothing you can't do. The sky is the limit. If only you dare to dream, dare to hope, dare to reach out, you will be amazed. Until next time, I'll see you soon.